Like, why are we here again? Are you kidding me?
We were
like,
getting.
I don't have to see the season. I get how this ends.
Oh, don't you dare!
Stink. We're gonna stink. I'm telling you, this is so bad. Everyone panic.
Mark.
Everyone panic because this is it. It's the same.
Are you
team.
kidding me? Hey guys, welcome back to Little Big Opinions. I'm Big.
And I'm Little.
And this episode is brought to you by La Rubia Beer. Light colored, sunny, easy drinking, y con sabor. You like that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Just threw that out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah. We're also brought to you by 786 Sports. Like and subscribe on YouTube, X, Instagram. What am I missing here, Chris? TikTok.
Yeah,
we're on TikTok
We're nearly
now.
on TikTok. Thanks to Mark. Mark, you can let them know where they can find us.
Little Big Opinions on TikTok, Instagram, X, and at 786 Sports on YouTube, which is where they are finding us currently. So make sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a little comment if you agree, if you disagree. Let's fight it out. That's what we're here for.
And we're also, if you don't want to look at our beautiful faces and you want to listen to podcasts, we're on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify too.
Yep.
So we're everywhere.
And you can find that in our links.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's no excuses. We're all here. We're here to bring content to you guys. But a lot has happened in Miami Dolphins football. But one thing, Chris.
Why?
Football's back, baby.
Why would you
Football's back. I found this on the set. I mean, this place, this warehouse is incredible.
Yeah. We got it. Last week we had N64. This week we have Atari. We're going back.
Have you ever played Atari?
The future. No.
Okay, cool. All right. So a lot has gone on. We had a preseason game. There's been a lot of news in Miami football land. And we're also going to, later on this episode, we're going to talk about who should be the next former Dolphins player to be on the Ring of Honor. Okay. So let's start off real quick. A lot of news. Chris, why don't you line us up?
All right. So the last time we spoke, we talked about all the new signings because there was some injuries. But we didn't talk about that Cater was going to be out for the year. At that time, we thought that he was going to be back. Out for the year, man.
I'm pretty sure that I said he was going to be okay. I put that on camera. I said, he's going to be fine.
I think we both said that.
He's going to be back.
That was the early reports because he had initially thought a partial tear of the ACL. So they probably got a couple of different opinions. Maybe that's the guys ignore that. That's just thunder. But
that's not my stomach. I had chili earlier.
When you get an injury and you go get some imaging, sometimes there's too much swelling to get a clear picture. So either that was the reason why they had a different thought, or maybe where the tear was, the break might have been worse than they thought. So
happening this early on into training camp, if the Dolphins made a run, could he potentially be back in 5 or 6 months? ACLs are how long typically?
Yeah, the quickest that people get back, Adrian Preseason got back in 6 months. So there's research, and this is actually a huge argument between in our profession as far as like when you can come back or can't come back. You're going to start running at 3 months, then you're going to start cutting in 4 months. So essentially, he'll have 2 months from when he starts to cut to get back on the field and practice, and then have some contact. It's early, in my opinion. Like I wouldn't. If it were me personally, I wouldn't do it, but has it been done? Yes. There's a big line in research where it shows 9 months. There's a huge drop-off on re-tears if you wait till 9 months. So that's kind of the number that everyone uses when they want to be aggressive in returning to sport. So I wouldn't do anything until 9 months or later. That's very controversial. You can get some people that think differently, but I always err on the side of caution.
9 months is May of 2026. So he's, no thought for him to come back. And then we also brought to you who we picked up in order to fill that gap, which is Jack Jones and Mike Hilton. Now the injury bug is kind of flowing through the Dolphins, as is this time of year. Tyreek Hill now has a love handle injury, an oblique. So can you walk me through what an oblique injury means?
I don't think he has any
love handles.
Love handles.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oblique, that's right here on the side. It does some twisting, side bending.
Not the love handle.
Not the love handle. Love handle just sits there and gives love.
Oh,
As you rub on your love handles, yeah. Hey, by the way, the next time that you talk about any private parts, make sure that you give the audience a warning. Can you sit down? You keep doing this.
This
the
oblique, or is this the love handle?
Every time. Can you just sit down, please?
Give it
Love handle.
All right, there you go.
Like, just please. I don't understand why this keeps happening.
Me and Mark have a bet on the side of how many times I can make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
on the,
it
on the
works
podcast.
every time. But it's kind of rare for I don't want to say rare. Anything can happen in football, but this is very big in baseball, obviously because of the swinging motion. I wonder what happened in practice that he could have had an oblique strain. I guess going for a pass and then maybe getting twisted in one way, or maybe they're just trying to trade Tyreek. So I thought about this I didn't put it, we have an X for this. I should put out my thoughts, but it was kind of rare. Like he was playing, everything was fine. They even put a video of him going deep and catching something in practice. Usually if someone's injured, they're not going to show another practice type of highlight. And then all of a sudden, okay, he has an injury, but he's with the team. He flies with the team, does the whole thing. And then this week, Jeremy Fowler said that there are teams that are keeping an eye on the Tyreek Hill situation. So all of a sudden, he's back in the news for trade talks, and I don't think that's an accident. I think they're still trying to trade him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, but I have a feeling that's what's going on.
We got to get tinfoil hats, by the way. We have to have a segment with tinfoil hats.
Why?
On it.
What does that mean?
Because you're what you're throwing out here is a conspiracy
A conspiracy?
to trade our best player.
Yeah, I
and
don't.
tank the season. If you trade Tyreek Hill, it's over. The
Yeah,
season is over.
But it kind of lines up with
Terry McLaurin. The guy
Terry
from-
McLaurin from the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
There's been news
Little
out
rumors.
there, rumors. People are saying a potential trade, a one-off. It would be McLaurin for Tyreek Hill. McLaurin is a younger wide receiver, very consistent, but nowhere near the top-end talent that is Tyreek Hill.
But we have Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, I wouldn't love that at all because we're gonna have to pay him. He doesn't want to play on the money that he currently has. I wouldn't want to do that. I know I threw that out in our text just because it's fun to say, hey, let's go get him. Anybody that's on the trade rumors. If we're gonna do that, I'd rather go get Micah Parsons for sure.
Adding to this defensive line, you know how I feel about that. All right.
Joey and Mike would not be happy about that trade, but Tyreek and Phillips for Micah. That's great.
You're just, this guy is a fantasy. You can tell fantasy football's back.
Yeah, of course it's
These
back.
ludicrous trade offers.
But it does line up with things that have been going on. Obviously, Tyreek, we all know, he said he wanted out. We know that the team has tried to get away from him. And this year, I know you hate him, but Waddle's been the guy that's been featured in
I've
all
heard,
the practice. Like in spring, like training, everything has
Top
been
dog.
Waddle. They're feeding
saying
him.
he's top dog. I'm
So-
seeing that all over the place too. I don't believe it, but
I don't agree. I think that we should keep we're a better team with Tyreek.
Chris Greer, keep Tyreek Hill
please.
as Dolphins fans and as season ticket holders. Please keep Tyreek Hill on this football team.
Right. And we did have a preseason game this week against the Chicago Bears. The Bears. Oh, is that why you're wearing the shirt today?
Yeah, you like that?
Just figured that out right now.
Oh, come on. Nothing gets past you. By the way, I want to go on your outfit right here. Little Big Opinions merch.
Yeah, so we got merch. You've seen a shirt that Ryan posted a hat on of me, which is still the most embarrassing moment of my life. Now we have a shirt, Little Big Opinions on the back. We're working on it. A little.
Give it a preview. Give it a little preview.
Yeah,
just
show
turn,
us.
just
I mean,
turn
this
it
is
around,
just
baby.
we're just throwing things
Turn
around, but
around.
a little.
Every now and then I get
says Little Big Opinions.
Lower squat. Give me a little squat.
Little Big Opinions Social Club. And
Okay.
It's got a football
All right.
and I think an Arnold Palmer on the side there.
Well, it would be a John Daly. No.
Oh,
Palmer.
okay, cool,
Ooh.
cool. Wow, this guy's really spicy.
But speaking of that, last week I was at a bar and I was like, "Hey, can I have an Arnold Palmer?" I'm like, "Sure." I take it to my brother-in-law. I was like, "Oh, here's an Arnold Palmer." He goes, "There's no alcohol in here." I go, "Yes, there is." So we walk back to the bartender. We're like, "There's vodka in here." She goes, "No, you asked for Arnold Palmer. Do you want a John Daly?"
She's absolutely right.
So I was like, "Yeah, that's my bad,
She's absolutely right.
100%."
I
But she
mean-
wasn't very nice to begin with, and she wasn't nice in her response either.
Well, as a bartender, she should have probably said, if you're coming to the bar, do you mean a John Daly, sir?
It was by the pool and stuff, so it kind of made sense. There's kids there. It's family thing. It's not just degenerates.
Well, then this
so.
lady's doing her job, and you're just terrible at your ordering skills.
Back to the preseason game against the Bears, we lost Madison.
Alexander Madison.
Yeah, we lost him.
Alexander Madison.
Very nice.
That was good.
Very nice.
Now, generally, I wouldn't have cared going into the game.
Oh, I care.
But now, seeing what happened in the preseason game, I care very much.
Yeah, the short yardage, the reason why we went after Alexander Madison was to add a third back to that running back room that could prevail in short yardage situations, which has been an Achilles heel for this team in the past few seasons. Alexander Madison was looking like a man amongst boys in his running and his pass catching, and then just gets completely upended onto directly, straight at the crown of his head into the ground. And immediately I told my father-in-law who I was watching, shout out to Tony, love you, buddy. That guy could be potentially paralyzed. It was terrible. Straight on. Immediately they went to go take a look at him. He walked off his own power, which is the guy is a complete monster. But then goes in an ambulance, goes to the hospital, season-ending neck surgery this morning, comes out, he's out for the year. Big blow for that. And then we pick up two veterans who, do you want me to name who we've picked up?
Well, we did work out Jamal Williams, right?
We did.
And we did not sign him.
We did not sign him. He had a couple years ago with Detroit Lions. He had a huge year when he had 17 touchdowns. Then he went and got a nice little contract with the Saints. And in the last 2 years with the Saints, he has not been anywhere near what he was with the Lions.
But who did we sign?
We signed Aaron Shamklin from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you know where he went to college?
Rutgers.
We crew.
What?
You guys didn't get that reference?
No.
The social network?
Yeah.
Harvard?
There you go.
Oh, we love the Harvard guys down here.
Him and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Former substitute teacher, by the way.
Yeah, wonderful.
So this guy is not coming in and going to be anything where Alexander Madison was for this team. The second guy that we picked up, Mike Boone. You ever heard of that name before?
Yeah, he played for the Broncos, right?
Yes. He's a great special teamer, though.
Is he?
And last year was named NFC Special Teams Player of the Week 2 times.
For the Vikings?
I think it was for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so
that can't be good.
These are the two gentlemen that we have picked up. But you know what I want to read into this? Is that we're going to go into the analysis of the preseason game against the Bears. But there's somebody that we picked up. And somebody that big, who I told you loved the pick.
Don't get
day
there
one.
yet. You already said. So let's get to our. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait, guys. Let's get to the preseason game. What
blue balls.
Yeah. What is your initial thoughts on the game? I mean,
Domination.
Okay.
Domination. Domination. Everyone came out. Everyone was
so that everybody knows. The person you saw on our feed the other day was not little. It was definitely big on his initial reaction while we were watching the game, and now continue on. Domination.
Domination. And here's why. Because everyone was freaking out with the Friday joint practice. Tua had interceptions. Alexander Madison had 2 fumbles. The offense was terrible, supposedly. The defense was playing really well. But domination. Everyone said that this team looked terrible, right? Getting pushed around. What I wanted to see was coming into this preseason game, how is this team going to come back from a practice that we were fighting, not the other team, but fighting ourselves.
You're such a sucker, bro.
So, and then what does this team do, Mark? We kick off the ball, 3 and out. We ran it down their throats. We got all the way down there with our starting quarterback, caliber quarterback, with Taj Washington and Malik Washington and whatever. And we just look good. We just look dominating the line of scrimmage. Jonas Savanea, what a stud. I mean, we dominated that football game.
What game were you watching, bro?
Dominated that football game. You were hitting like a 115 on the golf course, okay? I was there watching, putting notes.
Buddy, my initial thought is since 2023, we had a chance to really do something special. We did nothing in the offseason 2024, it showed, and now we should see again. We did nothing in the offseason. It's the same exact team.
How could you say that?
It's the same team.
How could you say that?
They didn't get into the end zone on 4 tries against the backup defensive line.
Because Jalen Wright is not. Jalen Wright should be the 3rd or 4th running back on this football team.
I agree.
I'm not sold on Jalen Wright.
Right.
That's one of my initial takes. He needs to be put to the back.
And that's why the
back of
Alexander
line.
Madison thing now is a huge deal because, to your point, he made a couple of big cuts and runs because there's guys in the backfield still. How is this still happening?
You're looking at the second team offensive line.
No,
the first team offensive line.
No, the second team offensive line actually scored a touchdown on the goal line. The first team offensive line didn't score a touchdown on the goal line. Not only that, on 4th down, there's a free rusher. The linebacker came in and hit him 2 yards deep.
That was Pharaoh Brown,
It's the same
tight end.
thing, Ryan. We don't have a run game again. We can't convert on 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1. Like, why are we here again? Are you kidding me?
We were
like,
getting
I don't have to see the season. I get how this ends.
Oh, don't you dare.
Stink. We're gonna stink. I'm telling you, this is so bad. Everyone panic.
Mark.
Everyone panic because this is it. It's the same.
Are you
team.
kidding me?
No, we went up against second team defense.
Okay, this is why we
second
make
team
this podcast.
offense. No,
because
this is
Here we go.
unbelievable.
I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you right
Here
now.
we go.
I'm going to fight you right now.
Down.
Did you see Jonas Avenea on that touchdown? The one that he took
against
that
the
blocker?
against the third team defense.
Oh, you know what? Then don't complain about the team getting
Ryan, we okay
blown
again,
out in
we
the
can-
first drive.
We can run to the outside as we always have, but we still can't run up the middle.
You
It's just
didn't
a
run up
simple-
the middle with Ollie Gordon. Can we look at him
Can we not
first?
Can we please not talk about the 4th round, the 4th draft, like the 4th stringers, please? Like, I want to talk about the 1st stringers against a second team.
You're such a you're
No,
you're
it's
such a
the
brand
same
name.
thing.
You're such a brand
And here
name
we go.
guy.
Tight ends, whiffing blocks all over the place. Not only whiffing blocks, first play of the game, a penalty of the same exact thing
Pharaoh
that
Brown
happened.
doesn't know what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah, they're on the line again. It's just Ryan. Come on, how are we doing this again? How are we here? Can we talk about the backup QBs for a second, please? Please don't get me started.
You
here.
just came out a week ago saying that we're going to go 11-6.
Yeah.
So you're going to say a game against the Bears, the first preseason game?
Wrongo. That's what I have to say to that. That's not happening. Like, we're not winning 11 games. This is not good, guys. I just need to see one preseason game. I don't know how you got anything positive. You're not the only one. There's plenty of people having positive takes on this, but
How would you know?
what do you mean? How would I know?
You were out there just probably 3-4 putting around, shipping,
No,
duffing.
I actually put it pretty good.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
putt good? Oh, nice.
Driver.
How'd you
didn't come out-
drive?
Driver didn't come out to play at all. It's hard to play golf when you keep losing your ball. Like, it's not good.
Well, yeah. If you keep losing your ball,
Yeah.
you're gonna be up there and score.
Yeah. So, let's get back to the Dolphins, okay? Because just like my golf game, the Dolphins are the same bad team all the time. It's the same mistakes over and over again. Tell me what do you think about the QBs? Because let me hear it.
Okay, I want to start off with the defense first.
Okay, the defense. Let's get to the defense. Perfect.
Defense is
Let's get
nasty.
here.
Defense is nasty.
They played.
Willie Gay just running all over the place. This guy's looking like Zach Thomas out there. You got Larry Zonka and Ollie.
Zach
And you got
Thomas?
Ollie Gordon looking like Larry Zonka out there, just putting people in their wake, just bam, stiff arming people. Okay, you got Jonas Avenea looking like
You're
Dwight
talking
Stevenson.
defense. We're talking defense.
No, I'm going all over the place. I don't give a shit anymore. Okay,
No, go back to the defense, please. Let's
The
talk about
defense-
the secondary.
Okay, the defense. Kenneth Grant is a player.
Okay.
Okay,
great.
Landon Dickerson or whatever his name is, the 3rd or 4th.
Matt Dickerson, right? Matt?
Yeah. The defensive tackle, 4th defensive tackle, needs to stay on the field. That's another mammoth
You
of
don't
a
even
guy.
know, you don't even know his name. So how are you gonna?
You didn't know Alexander Madison's name. Okay? So stick it right there in your big nose, okay?
Keep going.
You big jerk. All right. This defensive line, this front seven, we're just getting pressure all the time. It doesn't even matter who's out there to be on the cornerbacks.
So it goes-
And by the way, Storm Duck is looking like he looks like a mallard out there. He looks incredible.
There's guys running.
He looks incredible,
Ryan,
Chris.
There's guys running all over the field wide open. So just like what happened last year, the defense has a couple good series out there, and then what ends up happening? Then it's quick outs, and they get the ball out quickly, and now they just bleed down the field. They get to the goal line, and we don't stop at the goal line either. They just run right in against our first team versus their second team. I don't want to hear it, Ryan.
They had to go for fourth down, Chris, to get a touchdown for Case Keenum doing his veteran move,
And
running back. Or no, sorry, that was
They got
Bajan.
it, and we didn't.
You're right. We didn't, but we wanted to prove that we can get in running the ball. By the way, you're not running the ball 3 or 4 times down there. You're gonna put the ball in the hands of your MVP quarterback.
It just proves the point that it's the same team. And the fact that we're here again, and that's why we can't trade Tyreek, because nothing changed. The offense didn't change. The running backs didn't change. It's the garbage. Last year, okay, we went from 2023 being the number 1 rushing team in the league. Last year, all the way down to 21st. Okay? This year, looking like the same thing. You want to know why? Austin Jackson hurt again, bro. Same thing.
Devon A-Chain, three attempts for 22 yards, Chris.
Stud.
7 yards, 7 yards a carry. And yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Another player I want to throw out there, who I was very impressed with, Taj Washington.
No, go back. Dude, we laid it up perfect for this earlier. Hold on your thought. You just talked H.N. We're talking about rushing. It's time to talk about Ollie Gordon. Come on.
God, you're making me look
This
like
guy.
an asshole. You're making me look like an asshole right now, okay?
Yeah, well, you messed up the script.
Okay, so Jalen Wright has no vision. I honestly don't. I feel like he's not there. For all the speed that the guy has, he doesn't hit the hole properly. He doesn't show his speed out there. It looks like he's got bags of sand on his ankles.
Where I was high on him, I 100% agree with you.
I was high on Alexander Madison until he got hurt. And then Ollie Gordon, I am super high on that guy. I might buy his jersey.
He looked good against the fourth stringers for sure.
This guy, unbelievable. Okay.
I mean, sure, I'm happy. I'm excited for him, but it doesn't matter if he's the guy that we're counting on. This didn't go right.
Okay.
Man. That's all I'm saying.
So let's go to the offensive line. The first team offensive line, in my opinion, played very well.
I think we already talked about this.
Okay. The second team offensive line is absolutely booty cheeks. They're terrible.
They're garbage.
They're absolutely
There's
terrible.
nothing there.
So there's no depth
There's
there.
noth-
That's a problem.
There's nothing on where the
Larry
tight ends-
Borum, by the way, who is replacing Austin Jackson at right tackle, had a terrific first few days of camp and has turned it around. And he had a good game and he had good practices. I think he can be there as a swing tackle. Okay? I'm just giving you my thoughts. All right? Let's go to the wide receivers. Taj Washington is a player. He's
Well-
slippery. He makes people miss after the catch. I like him a lot.
Right. The Washington brothers is like the Mark brothers. So at least we got a new
I like it.
little tandem for our third and fourth
Taj and
wide
Malik.
receivers. But again, if they're doing a lot, that means that Tyreek and Waddle are not, and we're not going to have a good year.
Okay, where I do want to say that I was pleasantly surprised is the special teams.
Pleasantly surprised? It seems like you've been surprised and super happy about the entire thing.
I am. I was. I thought it was a great game. Okay?
Yeah.
Special teams last year was terrible.
Atrocious. For the last 2 years, it's been atrocious.
You okay, Mark?
Yeah, keep it going.
All right. So, special teams. You have to understand that special teams played better. Think about all the kick returns, all the punt returns that we put ourselves on the 40, 45-yard line. Now they're making it more on these kick returners. They don't want people to kick with the new rules in the end zone for touchbacks. So you're going to give people more opportunity to run it back. And with the speed on this team, Chris, that's a problem for opponents. And then Jason
happy.
Sanders is a stud.
Right. Okay, happy about that.
And then what happened with the defense? Our DBs,
We're not good, Ryan.
Ethan Bonner with a pass defended,
they were
pass
fine.
deflected.
They weren't. It's just going to be the same defense as last year. And we're thinner in the secondary. Do we really have enough corners to do it? Do we really have enough safety to do it? I don't know, maybe, but I'm just not thrilled. It's one preseason game, of course. I'm overreacting here.
So negative.
But I'm not overreacting about the offensive line because they weren't good and the backups are even worse. How can they be worse? What did we do in the offseason, man? What do we have an offseason for? I don't get it.
To
I
improve.
don't understand. And then to top it all off, the number one thing besides offensive line, 'cause that's number one thing. The number two thing, backup quarterback.
Yeah, we
Woof.
Zach Wilson.
Jesus.
What are you waiting for to throw the ball? I mean, explain to me. Are you waiting? What are you waiting for?
Like he just proved why he was a bust in New York. Like we said earlier, he's gangrene. Might as well just cut it off, cut him off the team. But we can't because we have this guy named Quinn Ewers. Okay, and that guy's even worse.
Oh, give me a break. It's his first action in the NFL.
If his name wasn't Quinn Ewers, would you be excited about the guy that you saw?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay. 5 for 19. Let's go real quick with Zach Wilson. 5 for 9, 96 yards, 36 of those coming on a big play to Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, who yards after catch made a nice play.
And he had a huge monster throw this is one of the throws that he makes that gets everyone excited to Taj Washington as well, where he was falling back and he threw it off of one leg and it was just in stride. But then there's another one where it's a play action and he duffed it to the tight end on his foot. He couldn't even reach a 2-yard
Tanner
pass.
Connor. Yeah,
He was throwing.
that was a touchdown.
It was again on his back foot. He was like fading away backwards when he threw that.
Apparently, Tua is the only one that can't do that because he has a terrible arm. But we know Zach Wilson has a great arm, and he couldn't do it either. So I guess it's a little bit more than just the arm strength, guys.
Zach Wilson took 4 sacks, by the way. 3 of those, at least from my count, were because of him.
Yeah, they're all because of him. He's not good. So
doesn't move in the pocket. It was not a good first showing as a Dolphin for Zach Wilson. Then we get to Quinn Ewers. First series of the game.
Woof.
He's back in his end zone.
Get him off my team.
And the ball security on this kid lost 2 fumbles.
Like, what do you
No
have?
pocket presence.
Mantequilla in the hands or what? Like, what is... He was so bad. He was so bad. Why do we have him on our team? You know who looked good? You know? You want to know who looked good? Tua looked fine. You know who looked good, though? Shedeur Sanders looked good.
Oh, my gosh.
And that guy was there for the taking. That guy was there for a backup quarterback, a potential... Everyone's begging to have... Can you stop that? Everyone is begging to have a reason to bench Tua, and they, Quinn Ewers. You know who would have an actual reason to say, like, maybe we should bench him? Shedeur Sanders, because he looked pretty good. And I really don't care to have him on my team, but I do care when I saw the garbage that was out there. It's the same team, Ryan.
7th round pick.
It's just the same team. Like, why are we here? Like, I'm not even going to watch. I'm going to have to go to these games with you. We're going to get mad the whole time. We're going to drive home all pissed off.
I'm not going to be mad. I'm probably going to be intoxicated.
My gosh.
But let me, man, you must have been the worst first date person of all time. I mean,
What do you mean?
because it's like the first impression is a really big deal for you.
What?
Holy shit!
Have you ever
dude.
interviewed anybody before? First impression is a huge thing. You have a dud?
Too much.
Mark, talk to you. This is your brother. This is terrible, dude.
Yeah, it's he sets a high bar for people. And Quinn Ewers, it's his first game.
Thank you, Mark.
It's his first game. He's a little nervous. It was terrible. I'm not saying that he's going to be good. I'm not going to say that he's going to be good. I don't think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be good. He couldn't be good in college. So, I mean, what was his record? It was like 500 in college. It was not very good in Colorado.
For Colorado.
Why? But why?
What are we pretending here?
Because
he was
wasn't
fine.
good.
I'm not drafting Shedeur in the first round, but if I can draft him in the 4th, 5th, or then I would have drafted him. That's all I was saying. Like, if you we're just. All I'm saying is that we had a whole offseason, and after the first look at the team, we're exactly the same place that we were last year. And if Tua stays healthy, we have a chance to win 10 games, 9 games. If we lose, might as well pack them up, trade everybody, get rid of the team, turn this place into a parking lot. Like,
I got a hot take.
Keep coming.
I got a hot take. Ollie Gordon is going to be the starting running back by the end of this year, and will be the next Adrian Peterson in the NFL.
Okay, that's just ridiculous. That's not a hot take. That's just like, let me get as far-fetched as I possibly can.
I'm telling you right now.
He's not going to out-touch Achane.
I'm just saying. Achan's probably going to get hurt. I hope he doesn't. But
listen,
he has injury history, and the way that we're cursed, he's probably going to be, that might happen.
If Tyreek
Ollie Gordon is going to be the next Adrian Peterson in the NFL.
This freaking guy.
Ollie Gordon.
All right. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't excited about what I saw.
Not from Ollie Gordon?
Am I overreacting? Sure, I can admit that I'm overreacting, but when it's the same thing in the middle of the season, we'll look back at this tape right here at my reaction, and you guys would be like, Chris, you were right. And I don't want to be right. Not at all. I don't want to be right, but looking like a long year.
Ollie Gordon, the next AP.
This is hot.
That one's going to age well. The defense, linebackers is that's a deep room, Chris. You got people like Derek McClendon out there making plays. You got Willie Gay, KJ Britt looking like a stud, Cameron Good out there, Grayson Murphy. You got big problems, Chris, with those cuts that are going to have to happen.
Bartender.
Oh my God!
Can you just leave me alone,
okay.
right? Like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like it just doesn't matter at this point right now.
All right, too many penalties. That's one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh, like what happened last year?
Yeah,
and the year before.
And Mike McDaniel, he first of all
coming out of the huddle still with 10 seconds
Yes,
left. Like it's
that
the
was a
same
problem.
Team.
Alexander Madison got into the end zone, I think, on third down, and he did not throw the challenge flag because he's historically terrible at it. He would have won that challenge, but luckily they scored on the next play. But then I don't know why we didn't kick a field goal at one point, and then they kicked a field goal at the end of the first half. There was a lot going on there that I really didn't understand, but I'm going to just chalk it up to it's the first preseason game, so I'll give him a benefit of the doubt.
Well, Mike McDaniel said today that what he was trying to do was just get as many reps as possible on certain things. That's why they went for it 4 times in a row on the 1 yard line, doing almost the same play. They just wanted to get reps in and do it. And if he's taking this preseason game as a practice like that, where they can actually hit each other, because they weren't supposed to hit each other the way that they did, or at least the Bears hit.
Right. That's why they looked so bad the first game on Friday, because there was a miscommunication. Well, not miscommunication. The Bears didn't do what they communicated, which was just thud instead of tackle to the ground. And that's why Dotson and
Jordan Brooks
got in a fight, because Jordan Brooks hit him, and he's like, I'm not supposed to, and then they fought. But I understand what you guys are saying, but like one thing that had to change: offensive line to open up on 4th and short, 3rd and short, and we couldn't do it.
Because Jalen Wright was the running back.
No, there was no holes open. So sure. And even when Madison got in, like he fell. Like it's not like there was a wide open hole and he got through. Like they're barely getting in. It's 1 inch away from not going in. Your second line, your third line, like that you were so excited about. You're such a ridiculous person.
I never said the second line I was
you
excited
were just so
about.
Domination. There's no domination.
We dominated that line of scrimmage, dude.
You can't dominate if you get stuffed 3 times in a row.
Jalen Wright didn't cut into
All right, we're done.
To the open hole.
We're done. Let's get to some fun things, because all we have here...
Yeah, you're not fun. You're not fun.
All we have here with the Dolphins is the same as always. It's the past, Joey sent something into the group text the other day, which I thought was funny, and I quickly stopped laughing because it wasn't funny when I realized what it was. So
what was it?
There was a girlfriend talking to her boyfriend or whatever, and she was saying, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" She's like, "Yeah, sure. If I told you in Alaska it snowed for the last 30 years every winter, how much would you bet that it's going to snow again this year?" And what his answer, like probably your answer, would be, "Well, what is it, a trick question? I'm not an idiot. I'd bet everything that it's going to snow again." It's like, well, the Dolphins haven't won. It was the Cowboys, but the Dolphins haven't won the Super Bowl in 30 years. So what makes you think they're going to win it this year? And I just my laugh turned right into a frown, because we're not winning, Ryan.
Who the hell said Super Bowl here? Who said Super Bowl? All I want to take it up the pooper is for an AFC Championship game. That's all I care about. No one said Super Bowl.
All right, so this is like 3 pods in a row. You talk about kissing. You talked about checking your prostate, and now you're talking about pooper. Like, you need to relax, buddy.
Okay, all right. We got a fun segment here. Who's deserving to be the next Dolphins player to be on the Dolphins Ring of Honor? Okay, we got a lot of people. Tim Bones was the first Dolphins player in a few years to be honored last year, and has been added to the Ring of Honor. We have the likes of the great Don Shula, Dan Marino, Dwight Stevenson, Larry Zonka, Nick Bonacani, Zach Thomas, Manny Fernandez, Jason Taylor, Dick Anderson, Jake Scott. I mean, we're talking all the studs here. So
saying off the top of his head, guys, there's no list on this computer.
But the next thing is who is deserving. So we wanted to talk about who should be that next guy to be added to the Ring of Honor. who should be there. So, Chris, I'm going to let you take first take. Who's your pick?
This is so behind the scenes, guys. You know, there's always the set always changes a little bit, but there's certain things that always have to be on. And every time that I see this guy covered up, it always bothers me because he's one of my favorite players of all time. He's just cool. He did quit on the team, and he's sitting behind Mark right now. And I think I'd have to say Ricky Williams just because how dominant he was when he was part of the team.
Great pick. But now there's a stigma out there that a lot of Dolphins fans don't like Ricky Williams because of what he did to us when he just left after those 2 record-breaking years, right? I
don't think it's that he left. I think it's how
2002.
He left. He left 2 weeks before the season started. It was not the right time to do that at all. But
to pursue his passion of smoking weed.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than just that. But I understand. But he is second in rushing for the Dolphins. He had 2 stints with the Dolphins. He came back. He made everything right. The problem is when we're thinking about Ring of Honor guys, everybody that's included played a bigger history than just their performance. But if you're talking just performance, Ricky Williams deserves to be there. And I think we both agree on maybe one more.
So Ricky Williams, before we get there, second in rushing on team history behind the great Larry Zonka. 24 100-yard games. Second in touchdowns with 48. And he had 3 1,000-yard seasons for the Dolphins, including that crazy year when he had 1,800 yards back in 2002.
And the only reason why they were relevant back then with Jay Fiedler was because of Ricky Williams.
Yeah, and he's the all-time leading Dolphins running back in rushing attempts. So it just shows you. I think he had 383 one year. Dave Wanstead was just running that guy into the ground.
Right.
Well, it's also a great story, though, because like he started his career supposed to be what he ended up being, but at the Saints was not doing that. And people kind of lost hope on him, and he came here and he showed, no, I'm gonna be dominant in this league. And he was
dominant.
And when you watch those highlights, it's phenomenal. Yeah. Like it is
couldn't tackle
unbelievable. No.
Ricky Williams obviously is a very interesting person. If you've ever followed him now, which I do, if you follow him in his podcast and his second life, he's very, very intellectual human being. He's a smart person. And the way that he articulates his brain, how smart he was and how much he understood football and his competitiveness and his athleticism, that's what made him a great running back. And I love hearing him talk because a lot of times, like we were talking about Jalen Wright, like it's not just being fast. It's not just being good. You have to understand football. You have to understand what defenses are doing. And he was that guy. He was dominant when he was on the field. Everyone knew he was going to get the ball. Somehow he still, broke plays and had huge runs. Yes, he quit on the team. That's terrible. But I do think that there was other reasons that we learned later in his life. He came back. He was great. He was better than Ronnie Brown. He really was.
He had 1,000 yards in 2009.
He overtook him, and he just has a special place in my heart. He was, we were young when we started watching them. That's really the heart of when we started watching, becoming Dolphin fans, was those teams. And you can't think of those teams without, you have Jason, you have Zach already there, but I think everyone thinks about Ricky as well. So he would be on the list there over the next guy that I think you would bring up.
I would say on the chances of it getting put in, I think there's going to be more people that are probably going to be more deserving or that are going to be on the top of the list. The number one that comes to mind, and I think it's pretty unanimous across the fan base, is Cam Wake.
Right.
Cam Wake, coming from the CFL for 2 years, played in the CFL, coming out of Penn State, had 39.5 sacks in 2 years. Then he came to the Dolphins, played for the Dolphins for 10 seasons, and is second on Dolphins' all-time sack list at 98 sacks. By the way, if you're at like 115 sack guy, you are potentially a Hall of Famer. Okay? Right. So if you factor in those 2 years, you're looking that Cam Wake potentially could have been in the Hall of Fame. Another thing that we got to talk about with him, he's a 5-time Pro Bowler, but 22 forced fumbles. The guy was an Iron Man for us. 10 seasons, deserving, and that is when I think of in our lifetime, he was the most dominant defensive player for the Dolphins, other than past the Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor.
So that's the second generation of our fanhood hood, right? We all watched Marino at the end, but we didn't really watch him. Then we had those early 2000 teams, Jay Feeler, Ricky, we just talked about, Zach and Jason, and that bled into then the Bill Parcells era where we have Cam Wake. I think the problem with Cam Wake, I think he's deserving as well. The problem with him is that those teams just didn't amount to anything at all.
Nothing at all.
It's the start of the worst era for the Dolphins, and we've continued on a little bit. I mean, they had a little turn, but he played during that time. I think if he played during the 90s or the 2000 Dolphins and he put up the numbers he put up, he's right there, and he'd probably be on the list already.
Can you imagine him on the other side of Jason Taylor? Oh, my God. Well, and imagine, we got him for nothing, guys. So we just picked him up. Incredible player. Now, going back to those teams, some people that I'm pretty surprised about that were part of those Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas teams, Tim Bowens, were the defensive backs. We talked about this off camera.
Yeah.
You got Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, and then Brock Marion. You threw in Brock Marion. But when I think about those cornerbacks were the best duo in football for years. And Sam Madison, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. Pat Surtain, 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. Pat Surtain, 37 interceptions. Sam Madison, 31 interceptions, with 4 of those being TDs. So
but Pat Surtain
dominant.
Pat Surtain had 29 with the Dolphins, and Sam Madison had 31. So there's 3 people that are tied at 29. It's Glenn Blackwood, Xavier Howard, and Pat Surtain. So X is another person that a lot of people will think about in the Ring of Honor. I think he's going to have the same kind of like stigma where they weren't very good. They didn't do anything during those years. So we talked about this before. To me, I think I'd put Sam Madison over Pat Surtain, because Sam was he was the guy that we remember. Like, he took over for Terrell Buckley, who's also on the list with 24, and he was just a bad man, and he would talk crap, and he was
29.
Yeah, he was like the bravado of that defense. Like,
and he was the older one of the Pat. Pat Surtain came on after, but he was the more of the veteran. But man, those duos, those defenses were just year in and year out top 3 in the NFL. Always going to the playoffs.
Well, that's
you didn't want to play them.
You knew that they were going to be competitive, that they were going to go to the playoffs, that they were going to do that because the defense was going to take them there, and we were just hoping that like Fiedler would get us a little bit further past.
Yeah, those offenses.
This is so sad.
Yeah, this is going along with the moniker of how you feel about this Dolphins team.
Well, so we're in agreement. What would you rank? You said Ricky or Cameron Wake 1.
I'm going Cam Wake number 1.
All right, I probably agree with you. Cameron Wake should be 1. Ricky would go 2.
I would go Ricky number 2. I would put Sam Madison, Pat Surtain up there. I think that they should go in together. Something that happened when Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas went in together.
And the Mark brothers went at the same time.
I think those 2 should go together. And then I have 2 other guys that I've thought about, which was Xavier Howard, and then Rashad Jones.
Yeah.
Where is he? He's right there. Rashad Jones was a bad man for this football team. He wasn't a high draft pick coming out of Georgia, but just consistently was a captain on this football team, was just making plays, forcing fumbles, INTs, whatever he had to do for the team. Only a 2-time Pro Bowler, but I think he was deserving of 3 or 4 of those. Rashad Jones was a bad man, and I just loved playing him.
He commanded
watching him play.
A safety is said to be like the quarterback of the defense, and he was one of those guys. He knew where everyone needed to be, and people listened to him. And he had phenomenal arms. So we saw he had phenomenal. It was incredible.
So all these guys,
bad men.
All these guys we've spoken about have been the second guy. So Rashad Jones is second on the list on tackles. So maybe maybe none of them deserve to be on it. Actually, the only one that I would say is probably Cameron Wake, because the only reason why he's second is because he didn't play as long as Jason.
And Jason Taylor was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because he played for more years in the NFL. So if Wake played the same amount, maybe he catches him. But
I don't think Wake ever had the career that Jason Taylor did with all the accolades and things of that nature because of the teams that he was on.
Of course, he's not a first ballot. Not saying he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I'm saying if he played as many years, maybe he had more sacks than Jason, which is a huge maybe. But on the list, we have for sure Dan Marino. He leads passing yards and touchdowns. Larry Zonka, yards and touchdowns. Mark Duper, yards and touchdowns. Interceptions is Jake Scott. Sacks is Jason Taylor. There is one more scoring leader, franchise holder. Do you know who that is?
Olindo Mare?
Olindo Mare. Does Olindo Mare deserve to be there?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because I don't think he was that clutch. I remember him missing a bunch of big kicks. Oh, Mare, and that stupid song. I mean,
Didn't he have a year where he like didn't miss a kick? No.
maybe. But again, we didn't do anything. And Olindo Mare, Pete Stoyanovich was another guy. So
I mean, he has the most scoring. I'm just bringing it up because he has the most scoring points for the team. So
That's because we used to only kick field goals back then.
So that was the trivia. That was actually, it's funny that you bring that up. During the preseason game, they bring up the Aflac trivia question.
Oh, really?
And it said, who's the all-time scoring leader for the Dolphins? And my father-in-law said Pete Stoyanovich. My guess was Olindo Mare. And Olindo Mare is the all-time leading scorer. So is he deserving to be on the Ring of Honor? In my opinion, no. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I guess we're in agreement. One thing today.
Okay, real quick. You got a question of the day? I know we didn't talk about this, but do you have one?
Well, since you're bringing it up real quick out of the top of my head like this. All right. I got a question for you.
Hit us.
All right. So this one's difficult because it should, question of the day should be yes or no, whatever. But if you're ordering breakfast, we like breakfast here, clearly. We're at a higher end Denny's, let's say.
Why'd you say clearly?
Clearly what?
We like breakfast around
We
here.
already did another breakfast one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought that was an insinuation on my fatness.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
please proceed.
stick to the program. Are you ordering pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Can I say neither?
What?
Yeah. I'm more of an Eggs Benny guy. Or a breakfast sandwich, in my opinion.
This guy over here doesn't like pancakes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Oh, excuse me.
Okay. So
Speaking of, today I had waffles at home. I found them in the freezer and they were delicious.
this guy, you're not on your game today. There's a question, okay? I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you if you had to pick one of the
Pancakes all
Thank
day,
you.
every day.
Thanks for playing the game.
It's definitely pancakes. I mean, for anybody else that says something different, French toast is overrated. I mean, absolutely overrated. It's always soggy. It's terrible.
No, Papa Altieri makes
for real, jeez.
makes phenomenal, perfect French toast. Perfect. Everyone, if you've had them, you'll know.
What's he putting on it?
It's a secret. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I can't tell you. He changes it every time. That's the reason why.
Oh.
It's really about the way he cooks it.
Every
More
time-
than what's in it. It's made with love.
Every time I
I
ask
believe that.
my dad,
He's got a lot of love.
I'm like, Dad, how do you make it? It changes every time. And then the last time he had Kahlua and stuff, I'm like, Dad,
Whoa.
you've never. He goes, that's the real way. I'm like, okay, sure. So
What is your take on this?
because my dad's French toast is so good, I usually don't order French toast somewhere.
I
because
respect that.
I like his French toast over any of the types of breakfast that we're talking about. But usually when you go to a restaurant, they either have fancy bread and it's too hard, or it's just one single toast, not going to get filled with that. But I'm definitely going with pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark,
I would have thought you would have got waffles.
No, because the only good. So of course, I can never just answer the question. I have more
of
opinions.
course
on
not.
this.
Of course not. No, you can't.
What's wrong with this guy? Eggos are fire. Eggo waffles. Make sure you put butter on every single square.
Yeah.
Put the maple syrup on every single square, and we're not talking about real maple syrup. We're talking about Aunt Jemima.
Or pearl milling.
Oh, poor Millie.
All right.
Every single one. But if I'm ordering at a restaurant, I'm ordering pancakes.
It's funny that you bring this up. Today was the first time in probably many years that I had waffles. I found them in the freezer. I put in 3 waffles in there, but they were great value from Walmart, and they were terrible.
Terrible, yeah.
They're absolutely terrible.
It has to be Eggos. If
Yeah.
it's that, it has to be Eggos. It just doesn't hit the same.
It was I told my wife
And
after I
original.
had them, like, please don't buy those for the girls anymore. You got to switch.
Yeah, for you, not for the girls.
True.
But then you can do another thing, by the way. You can get an Eggo waffle. You can, you have to heat it up. And then you're going to put peanut butter, vanilla ice cream, and then chocolate drizzle on top. It's a great dessert.
One thing my wife does is she puts 2 waffles in between. She puts vanilla ice cream and makes like a sandwich, and that is very good. Yeah. Now she doesn't dress it up with peanut butter and
it's fire.
Hot fudge, but that sounds delicious.
So good.
So this is my thing with the breakfast, with these things for breakfast, is what you guys are saying. Like, it's dessert. Like, as I've grown up, this is what we've historically always eaten, Eggo waffles for breakfast. That was like our thing. Our dad would make that majority of the days. And now that I think about it, we had so much sugar. Like, going to school with just like pounds and pounds of sugar. Because when we would put the syrup, we would put it on each slice.
I still do.
Yeah, but that's the only way to eat it. It's phenomenal.
And you guys are such in good shape. I mean, and then you're going over there, you're going to St. Agatha, and then you're just eating Swiss cake rolls and, my favorite, zebra cakes, stuff like that. Just nothing but sugar.
Oh, zebra cakes. Yeah. Well, okay. But what I would pick would be pancakes as well. Absolutely. But yeah, it's just dessert. So like, I kind of prefer for breakfast to have something like a sandwich, like a breakfast
savory
sandwich, like a little savory. But with pancakes, you can get some bacon, get some of that. So
let us know what you guys think. Waffles, pancakes, and French toast. Leave it in the comments.
And we're also going to put out a poll if we can figure it out, on who we believe. We want you guys to vote who should be the next person on the Ring of Honor. I would love to know that. We'll give them some options, and then we'll put in a filler and see what they come back with.
Awesome. You want to take us out, or?
No, you could take us out because I haven't been on my game today.
Oh, this is one of those days that we have to talk after the show.
I'm leaving right after this. Okay? It's 10 o'clock at night, and I got to go home, and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Mark, let's do the outro, please.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys would want for breakfast, I guess. These guys over here, make sure to follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok, and there you go.
Sayonara, suckers.